Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed elders, as we move through life, particularly as we grow older, it often feels as though the world around us is changing at an ever-accelerating pace. Health declines, the passing of friends and family, shifts in society, and the undeniable progression of time are all part of the human experience. These external events beyond our control can weigh heavily on our minds, leading us to feel powerless. In moments like these, it becomes easy to fall into the trap of believing that our happiness, peace, and well-being are subject to the whims of the world around us. Yet, there is a profound and empowering idea that lies at the heart of Stoicism. We cannot control external events, but we always retain the power to control our response. This simple yet profound principle can have a transformative effect on our daily lives. In fact, it can be especially freeing as we age. With more life experience, we become increasingly aware that the things we once thought we could control, our health, our environment, the actions of others, are not truly within our grasp. We can try to influence outcomes, yes, but at the end of the day, we cannot control them. What is within our power, however, is our response to the challenges that life throws at us. Consider the example of health. As we grow older, the inevitable decline of our physical bodies can be a source of great distress. We may find ourselves grappling with new physical limitations, the effects of aging, or the onset of illness. There may be moments when our bodies no longer respond in the way they once did, and it can feel like everything is slipping beyond our control. It's easy in those moments to become frustrated or depressed, to focus on what we can no longer do, or to resent the changes that time has wrought upon us. Yet the Stoic teaches us that we need not give in to this frustration. The fact that we can no longer control our bodies in the way we once did is a reality. But our response to that reality is entirely within our control. We can choose to accept this inevitable change, finding peace in the knowledge that aging is a natural part of life. Instead of mourning the loss of youthful vigor, we can choose to cultivate gratitude for the wisdom that comes with age, for the knowledge we have accumulated, and for the experiences that have shaped us into who we are today. Similarly, as we face the loss of loved ones, Stoicism offers us the reminder that we cannot control death. It is a fact of life that everyone in their own time must eventually face. The grief that comes with losing someone dear to us is inevitable. But once again, what we can control is how we respond to that grief. We can choose to wallow in sorrow and despair, allowing ourselves to be consumed by loss, or we can choose to honor the memory of the departed, to celebrate the love and joy they brought into our lives, and to find peace in the certainty that death is but another part of life's cycle, one that we all must navigate. The same can be said for the societal changes that we witness as we age. The world around us is constantly evolving, and the pace of that change can sometimes feel overwhelming. Technological advances, political shifts, and cultural transformations can create a sense of disconnection or alienation. It's easy to feel out of place or powerless in such a rapidly changing world. But Stoicism offers a simple truth. Our peace of mind is not dependent on the world's external conditions, but on our internal ability to adapt and respond. While we may not be able to stop the march of progress or undo societal shifts, we can control how we engage with them. We can choose to embrace change, to adapt, and to seek out the aspects of the present world that align with our values and bring us fulfillment At the heart of Stoicism lies the idea that our true power resides not in controlling the world around us, but in controlling our inner response to it. In every moment, we have a choice. We can choose to be angry, frustrated, or fearful about the things we cannot change, or we can choose to face life's challenges with calm, clarity, and resilience. It is a choice that is always available to us, no matter how difficult or uncontrollable life may seem. This is where the real power lies. When we accept that external events are beyond our control and focus instead on cultivating inner peace, we free ourselves from the constant struggle against the world. In doing so, we reclaim our autonomy and our ability to choose how we live, how we react, and how we experience the unfolding of life. In the end, true peace and happiness come not from the external world aligning with our desires, but from the inner strength to meet life's uncertainties with grace, courage, and a steady mind. Through Stoicism, we learn that no matter what life brings, our response is always ours to choose. And in this choice lies our freedom. As we grow older, we inevitably face the reality that life does not always unfold according to our desires or expectations. This is one of the central truths that we come to recognize as time passes, the unpredictability of life. We experience sickness, the loss of loved ones, and the constant march of change. These are not things that can be avoided, postponed, or bargained with. They are, in many ways, the natural course of life. In the face of these inevitabilities, it is easy to feel frustrated, anxious, or helpless. But there is a powerful and liberating approach to life's uncertainties that we can adopt: the power of acceptance. The Stoic mindset offers profound guidance on how to navigate this inevitable reality with grace and serenity. Stoicism teaches that while we cannot control the external circumstances of our lives, such as the illness that may strike us, the loss of those we hold dear, or the changes brought about by time, what we do have control over is how we respond to these circumstances. Acceptance does not mean resignation or passivity. Rather, it means acknowledging the reality of a situation without unnecessary resistance or denial. When we face illness, for example, the natural instinct may be to resist the changes it brings. We may fight against our body's decline, wishing for a return to a time when we felt strong and healthy. Yet, no matter how much we may wish it, our bodies will not remain immune to the ravages of time. Acceptance, in this sense, is not about giving up on life or abandoning our hope for better health, but about recognizing that our body's limits are a part of our journey. It means coming to terms with the fact that change is inevitable and that we are powerless to prevent it. Instead of resisting or feeling bitter, we can choose to accept our health challenges with grace. In doing so, we free ourselves from the frustration and anxiety that come with futile attempts to control what is beyond us. The same applies to loss. As we age, the inevitable truth is that we will lose people we love. This is a deeply painful part of the human experience, and there is no easy way to prepare for it. Yet, the Stoic philosophy invites us to approach this sorrow with acceptance. We cannot stop death, nor can we change the fact that those we love will one day be gone. What we can do is accept that death is an integral part of life. This does not mean we stop grieving or that we cease to feel the deep sadness that comes with loss. Instead, acceptance allows us to process grief without becoming overwhelmed by it. It encourages us to celebrate the memories, the love, and the lessons that the person brought into our lives. knowing that their passing is a natural part of the life cycle. Change, too, is something we can learn to accept. Life, as we know, is full of constant transformation, whether it's societal changes, shifts in personal relationships, or even changes in our own perspective as we age. It can be difficult to see the world around us evolve in ways that feel alien or out of our control. We may long for the past, for the way things used to be, but Stoicism teaches us that resistance to change only creates unnecessary suffering. Change is part of the natural order, and fighting against it only prolongs our discomfort. Acceptance allows us to face change, not with fear or frustration, but with understanding and equanimity. It helps us navigate the unknown with confidence, knowing that whatever comes our way, we have the inner strength to adapt and persevere. By watching the video, you will be reminded that acceptance is not about passively surrendering to life's difficulties. It is about recognizing that we do not control everything and that some things are simply beyond our grasp. Acceptance teaches us to focus our energy on what is within our control, our thoughts, our actions, our responses. It helps us find peace in the present moment, free from the burden of resisting what is inevitable. When we embrace the natural course of things, we are not denying the pain, loss, or hardship that may come. Instead, we are learning to move through life's challenges with serenity, understanding that these experiences do not define us, nor do they diminish our worth. In embracing acceptance, we begin to see life as it truly is, a series of events and changes, some within our control, many beyond it. By letting go of the need to force life into our desired shape, we free ourselves to experience life in a more authentic and peaceful way. We learn to meet each moment, whether it brings joy or sorrow, with a calm and open heart, knowing that we are capable of handling whatever comes our way. Through acceptance, we not only find peace in the midst of life's uncertainties, but also cultivate the strength and resilience to face whatever the future holds. As we age, we gain the unique privilege of reflecting on a lifetime filled with experiences, moments of joy, challenges, triumphs, and regrets. These reflections are often invaluable sources of wisdom. Yet with this ability to look back, also comes the tendency to become fixated on the past. We may find ourselves weighed down by mistakes, missed opportunities, or things left undone. Alternatively, we may focus on the future, filled with anxiety about what is to come, whether it's concerns about health, financial stability, or the unknown challenges that lie ahead. This constant movement between the past and the future can prevent us from fully experiencing the present, which is the only time we truly have. The present moment in its purest form is a fleeting yet precious gift. Yet it is easy to overlook this gift when our minds are preoccupied with what has already happened or with the uncertainties of what may come. We often get caught in cycles of regret over things we cannot change or fear about things we cannot predict. This is where the wisdom of Stoicism comes in, offering us a powerful reminder. The only time that truly exists is now. It teaches that the past is beyond our control. What has happened, happened, and we cannot alter it. Regret serves no useful purpose other than to steal our peace of mind. It is natural to reflect on past actions, but the Stoic mindset encourages us to focus on what we can learn from those reflections rather than becoming mired in guilt or sorrow. Once we acknowledge the things we cannot change, we can let them go and shift our attention to what we can influence, the present moment. Similarly, the future is an unknown, and though we can plan for it, we cannot control it. Worrying about what may happen only leads to anxiety and distress, which rob us of the energy and clarity needed to live well in the present. The Stoic teaches us that the future will unfold as it will, and we are only responsible for our own actions in the present. By accepting this, we free ourselves from the burden of trying to control or predict what lies ahead. We learn that the only time we can act, the only time we can experience life is now. Living in the present moment, as simple as it may sound, is a radical shift from the way many of us are accustomed to thinking. We often allow our minds to drift either backward to revisit past regrets or forward to anticipate future worries. Yet by doing so, we miss out on the life unfolding right before us. Every moment that passes with its subtle nuances and experiences becomes a part of the past that cannot be relived. By constantly dwelling on what's gone or worrying about what's to come, we deprive ourselves of the richness of the present. Imagine for a moment being fully present in the now, truly experiencing the joy of a conversation, the warmth of the sun on your skin, or the contentment of a quiet moment. These moments, when lived fully, are where true peace and fulfillment reside. By focusing our attention on the present, we free ourselves from the weight of yesterday's burdens and tomorrow's fears. It is in the present that we can find contentment, because it is the only time we can truly engage with life as it is. This is not to say that reflection on the past or planning for the future have no place in our lives. In fact, they can be valuable tools. The key, however, is to ensure that we do not allow these reflections to dominate our experience. When we find ourselves lost in thoughts of past mistakes or future anxieties, Stoicism reminds us to return to the present, to the one thing we can control and experience in its fullness. By training ourselves to be more mindful of the present, we can begin to release the hold that the past and future have over us. As you watch this video, you will discover how to reconnect with the present moment, to experience life as it is unfolding rather than through the lens of regret or worry. The power to live fully in the present lies within each of us, and it is a choice we can make every moment. It is a choice to embrace the now, to accept what is, and to find peace in the fleeting beauty of life as it is. Through this practice, we can cultivate a deep sense of gratitude and contentment, freeing ourselves from the burdens that prevent us from truly living. In the end, the present is all we truly have. It is where we have the opportunity to act, to experience, and to find joy. The Stoic teaches us that by living in the present moment, we not only release ourselves from the weight of the past and the uncertainty of the future, but we also discover the profound peace that comes with truly experiencing life as it unfolds before us.